What's up everybody, this is Ujjwal and welcome to my channel. Ever since the IPO, Nikola stock has been making both positive and negative headlines. Both the Nikola company and the CEO Trevor Milton has accumulated a lot of naysayers and also a lot of followers in the retail investment community and also on the Wall Street. In this video, we'll take a look at the bull thesis of Nikola and talk about why or how Nikola can be another company in the automotive industry that can change the industry forever. So first, let's look at what Nikola does. Nikola Motor as a company is divided into a motor company, an energy company, and the power sports company. Nikola Motor has a product lineup of Nikola 1, Nikola 2, Nikola Tre, Nikola Refuse, and Nikola Bazar. Nikola 1 is the hydrogen fuel cell electric sleeper semi-truck. The engine can provide up to 1000 horsepower and up to 2000 foot-pounds of torque. The range is estimated to be 500 to 750 miles. The refill time is 10 to 15 minutes. Nikola 2 is the hydrogen fuel cell electric day cab semi-truck. The engine goes up to 1000 horsepower and up to 2000 foot-pound of torque. The range on this truck is 500 to 750 miles again, and the refill time is 10 to 15 minutes. Nikola Tre is the battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell electric cab over semi-truck. This truck is available in Europe, Asia, and Australia. The power on this goes up to 750 kilowatts and up to 2700 nanometer torque. The range on this one is 500 to 1200 kilometers, and again the refill time is 10 to 15 minutes. Nikola Refuse is the battery electric side and front end loading refuse truck. The energy on this is up to 720 kilowatt hours, and the torque goes up to 1000 horsepower. The range is 150 miles and it can do 1200 cans per charge according to the website. Nikola Bazar, the battery electric and hydrogen fuel cell electric pickup truck. The power on this one is 906 horsepower and the torque is 980 foot-pounds, and it is promising a range of 600 miles. In their power sports product lineup, they have Nikola NGT, Reckless, and Nikola Wave. Nikola NGT has a power of up to 590 horsepower and torque up to 775 foot-pounds. The acceleration on this one is 0 to 60 mph in 4 seconds, and it has a range of 150 miles. Reckless has the power of 590 horsepower and a torque of 775 foot-pounds. This one also has an acceleration of 0 to 60 miles per hour in 4 seconds, and it goes up to 150 miles in range. The third product in this lineup is Nikola Wave that boasts a sports bike ergonomics in a jet ski. Apart from these products, the company is also going to invest in a network of hydrogen refueling stations. Now that we have looked at the product lineup, let's actually look into company's financials. The 52-week range of the company is $10.17 to $93.99. That tells us that price has shown a lot of volatility over the last year. The market cap of the company at the time of making this video is $14.9 billion. The average daily volume that traders are seeing is 18.9 million, and the 90-day average volume is 15.8 million. The company at this time is not providing any dividend to its shareholders. The short interest on Nikola is 390 million, which is the fourth largest short in the construction, machinery, and heavy truck sectors. The revenue that was posted last quarter was $36,000, and apparently this revenue came from installing solar panels at the CEO Trevor Milton's house. The net income was negative $86.64 million with a net profit margin of negative 240,675%. The total cash on hand right now is $698.39 million. And if you see a lot of negative numbers on Nikola's balance sheet right now, there is no need to be surprised, because any company that is actually starting out and innovating in the beginning will have similar kind of balance sheets. There is a table that shows top institutional holders for Nikola stock. The table here shows the top executive holders of this stock. Here is another chart that shows a breakdown of the ownership summary. So far, there have been 5 analysts that have rated Nikola stock, and 2 of them are saying buy and 3 of them are saying hold. Now that we have looked at the company's finances, let's take a look at why Nikola as a company could be a game changer in the auto industry and why this stock has more room to run. The biggest problem that humanity will need to solve in the near future is reversing the effects of global warming. I know there are a lot of people still who doesn't believe in global warming. However, according to the scientists who have been studying and observing Earth and the climate phenomena over a long period of time, believes that global climate change is real. Also, they have already confirmed that it is human caused, as we have been generating too much CO2 emissions. These emissions are primarily from the industries, automobiles, ships and planes. The reason they emit so much CO2 is because the energy source we have been using, that is fossil fuel, is not very efficient and there is a lot of byproducts. The primary energy source that runs the supply chain of the world is coal, oil and gas. The only way to reverse climate change is to control the CO and CO2 emissions. A time might come sooner rather than later when governments all around the world needs to come up with solutions to curb the carbon emissions, as it puts the future of humanity in a grave danger. The solutions like carbon tax will be seen commonly adopted by proactive governments first, and then rest of the countries will follow. This is exactly the reason why large corporations are taking steps and taking the pledge to curb their emissions. The good news is that we have already found a few solutions to this problem. Battery-powered electrical vehicle, which has way less carbon footprint in the environment compared to gasoline car, is one of the candidates that is promising to help us reduce our carbon footprint. Another solution is hydrogen fuel cells powered vehicles. The Canadian Hydrogen and Fuel Cell Association recently produced a report that said that carbon footprint of a hydrogen fuel cell powered vehicle is an order of magnitude better than electrical vehicles. That is 2.7 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer compared to 2.9 grams of carbon dioxide per kilometer produced in electrical vehicles. The problem with hydrogen is that it is more expensive than electricity. Hydrogen is the most abundant element in nature, yet it is not available in its pure hydrogen form. So it has to be produced in the industry by the process called methane reforming, which is both expensive and unclean process to the environment. The good news is that hydrogen can be separated from water using the process called electrolysis. Now, the problem in this good news is that this process consumes a lot of electricity, which is not cheap. However, Nikola is planning to tackle this issue by installing solar panels at the refueling stations so that all the electricity that is consumed by the hydrogen plant is actually coming from sun. It's solar, so it does not have to rely on some power company to generate hydrogen. The company is aiming to localize the production of hydrogen at the refueling stations on site. Shell has already tried this. The hydrogen refueling stations that Shell own right now has an independent hydrogen generating station nearby the refueling station, and the electricity consumed in the electrolysis process is transferred through solar cells. Now, if some company can do it at a scale, the costs will definitely come down, and this is exactly the idea Nikola is banking on. Nikola energy business can be huge one day, as it can help refuel not only the Nikola products but any hydrogen powered vehicle in the future. Since most of the countries in future will race to solve the climate change problem because the profitability of the business will depend on it, a country's GDP will depend on it, we might see a lot of subsidies on a cleaner form of fuel, which enables a cleaner mode of transportation for humans. At that point, even though it costs more to generate hydrogen, and even though hydrogen fuel cells is more expensive than just using electric vehicles, it might make more sense to the government to actually push these products to the people by implementing heavy government subsidies. I'm not trying to say that hydrogen fuel cells alone will overtake battery EV technology. I'm saying that if we need to reverse the climate change, battery EV technology will not alone do the job. There will have to be several several other innovative ideas just like hydrogen fuel cells and biofuels and so many other innovative ideas that our scientists are working on, and they will all together tackle on the issue of climate change. Hydrogen fuel cells is just a part of it. Since Nikola is the only company right now that is focused in mass producing hydrogen fuel cell powered vehicles and also setting up the infrastructure that will be used to fuel all these vehicles and keeping them on road, it currently has no other competition, so it can have an early mover's advantage in this game. And hence Nikola's stock can actually outperform a lot of what Bear's analysis is, that hydrogen powered vehicles is not here to survive, is not here to last, the pricing does not make sense and things like that. But once it is done at scale, the pricing will actually look different. Actually, Nikola CEO Trevor Milton has made a claim that they are actually going to be bringing down the cost of hydrogen fuel by 82%. So Nikola's prediction on hydrogen fuel prices will be $3 per kilogram in future. So when the cost of hydrogen fuel cell is lower, Nikola can come up with better and affordable products for the mainstream public, and there is government support behind it. Nikola and other companies such as Nikola, which is hydrogen fuel based, can pick up steam, resulting in a higher stock price. Now again, this is just a bull thesis of Nikola and my analysis, looking at where the company is today and where it can go. There might be a chance that company might never achieve all of these goals because it all depends on the company's execution. So before investing in Nikola, please do your own due diligence. My goal through this video is help you bring the facts and information as much as possible that helps in aiding your research. I'm definitely not here to recommend you individual stock picks like a lot of stock market gurus on the internet do these days. I will be releasing videos like these on different stocks on a very regular fashion. I would like to get to a point where I can release videos every week, but I haven't been able to do that since I've been super busy at my work. I have a day job. I work as an engineering lead for a semiconductor company, so I try to work on these videos as much as I can, and between recording, editing and all of that consumes a lot of time. So if you appreciate my work, please subscribe and like and share, and I will come out with another video soon. Until then, goodbye.